Halo semuanya, kembali lagi ke Merasan. Terima kasih telah mengklik video ini dan selamat menonton. Di episode sebelumnya kita telah mengetahui dan lebih tepat menerima kalau kita saat ini adalah seorang vampir. Lalu kita bekerja sama dengan Dr. Wiseman atau ya apapun lah itu namanya, seingat aku segitu. Dan kita akan bekerja sebagai dokter di sini, mendapatkan shift malam ya itu tepatnya. Oke, live. Lalu ya tanpa panjang mukodimah, kita langsung saja filmnya. Kok filmnya pula, gamenya dong. Karena nggak kepengen cepat main jadi kayak gini nih. Analisis. Oke. Tuhan, sebenarnya gila juga sih. Oke.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Oke.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
Oke. Saatnya kita tidur lagi.
So much time.
Nah, karena kita jadi pura-pura apa ya? Menjadi dokter, jadi masih banyak waktu kita untuk menikmati ini. Ya, aku nyalain dulu. Oh, enggak cukup. Oke, udah kita tidur aja. The following night.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Ya, gimana tentang haus darahmu? Aku juga bingung untuk gimana caranya itu. Sekarang kita ke keluar. Kenapa?
Yes,
Ada
Miss
apa?
Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
Oke.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Yep, nggak ada.
Sorry, there's nothing here.
some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Oke, kita akan menuju sebuah gedung, storage room atau apapun lah itu namanya, untuk membuat sebuah pengganti obat lah ya, karena katanya di sini obatnya habis. Oke, kita akan turun. Itu apa sih? Oh, custom marker, remove. Aku salah buat itu kayaknya. Sekarang ke sini. Ya, benar sih ini tempatnya. Buka.
I cannot enter.
Why? Ya, benar dong di sini. Oke. Oh, benar. Ini dia.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Oke, kita abaikan dulu. Kita fokus ke sini dulu aja bentar. Fokus ke kebutuhan para pasien ya. Gak ada. Gak ada sesuatu yang bisa digunakan. Nah, ini kayak ada sesuatu di sini. Aduh. Lah, kenapa kita keluar? Wahai diri saya. Kalau udah pas dimasuk. Oh, karena sebelumnya kita nggak bisa ngunci dari ngebuka dari dalam, sekarang udah bisa. Hold a second, kenapa kita di sini? My bad, my bad. Doal magu. Di sini dong. Tapi apa yang kita cari? Ah, ini dia. Oke, glass vial dah kita miliki. (12 meter, 86 di atas. Nothing, nggak ada sesuatu di sini. Sepertinya nggak. Bukan itu yang kita cari. Naik ke atas dulu. Waduh. Aduh. Reset lagi darahnya.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Oh, oke. Kayaknya aku harus mengganti senjata sih ini. Ya gaya main aku nggak monoton.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oke, basement udah bisa kita buka. Kan tadi ketutup tuh. Ini masih digembok. Hah? Udahan? Cepat lagi.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain...
Aduh. Ini kita ganti kayaknya nih. Nah, ini dia. Oke. Serum. 1, 2. Healing. Dan baru punya 2. Ultimate nggak ada. Kemampuan kita juga nggak ada. Serum juga nggak ada.
in iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Nah, kalau ganti ini ya, ganti. Oh, second. Oh, lebih enak kan kayak gitu. Ya salam. Mana Anda, ha? Udahlah, kita abaikan dulu. Kita ke bawah lagi.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals.
Aduh, agak susah gini kayak mainnya. Oke. Nah, nggak enak pakai pistol, nggak enak pakai pistol. Nggak enak, nggak enak, nggak enak. Kita ubah lagi pistolnya, nggak guna, nggak guna. Nice. Susah makanya ini. Nah, kalau ada ini kan stunnya enak dikit. Gigit, isi ulang darah bentar. Minta dulu darahnya. Mantap. Ya, combatnya agak jelek ya, gitu-gitu aja, monoton. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Ada orang.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Ada orang, ada orang, ada orang.
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Oh, dibuka kembali.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Ya, mungkin bisa jadi. Ya, overdosis gitu.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs.
Lalu banyaknya dioperasi lah, dimutilasi, dipotong-potong, dibuka.
A
Ya, kayak
puncture
gitulah.
over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Ya, sabar, masih ada satu kebutuhan lagi yang harus aku cari. Oh mulai ahli ya aku nih kombonya. Allahu Akbar. Nah, ngilang lu. Ada dua. Hei, Anda licik bersaudara Anda ya. Kita hisap dulu. Mamam.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Yuk, kita coba craftingnya ya. Tuhan, offhand. Ini mau ku upkan dulu nih. Lumayan stone-nya. Nah. Lalu kita pakai kapak 72. Nggak bisa, nggak ada bahan. Udah, kita kembali. Saatnya kabur. Oh, ini ada bugnya. Ya. Kalau udah habis bugnya nggak bisa menghindar, kita nggak bisa ngedodge lagi. Ya kan, easy peasy kan. Nah, kalau ke atas ada apa sih? Kepo juga aku. Oh, banyak mayat, tapi pintunya nggak bisa dibuka. Kita abaikan saja. Oh, ini kita looting dulu. Lumayan dapat item-item. Siapa tahu butuh. Siapa tahu. Nah, ini seperti biasa, ruangannya nggak bisa dibuka. Nah, kita sembunyi aja. Bukan sembunyi. Saatnya kita keluar. Oke, kembali ke hospital. Membuat ramuan agar banyak pasien yang terselamatkan. Ya, back status kita berguna juga sih, kan dokter kita di sini. Kalau dalam hospital ini semua senjata kita terkunci ya, nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain gitu. Nah, kita crafting dulu sepertinya. Belum? Lah. Have the treatment for fatigue. Fatigue. Aduh, sodium. Kurang sodiumnya. Sodium hipochlorite. Lah. Ini kenapa aku buat ini tadi ya? Nah, kita cari dulu sodiumnya. Salah aku. Waduh. Masuk lagi dong mencari. Ya, berarti ini di skip aja karena aku salah.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oke, karena tadi salah satu bahannya udah nggak sengaja aku crafting. Nah, setelah aku cari-cari di Google, kita bisa beli bahannya itu di sini. Jadi kita beli.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But
Ayo,
I'm
kita
sure they
lihat.
can be useful.
Nah, ini opium. Ini yang kita butuhkan nih, ini ha. Sodium Hydroxyl Solution. Baik. Oh, kita berapa sih? 113. Kita beli 2 aja lah. Oke. Oh, ya udah beli aja semuanya. Anjir, miskin langsung.
To amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and lonely.
Waduh. Baru bisa kita crafting. Aduh, sorry. Padahal tadi udah mau cepat selesai, malah akunya yang salah. Lihat. Kita crafting, kita buat obatnya dan memberikannya kepada suster yang tadi. Ya maaf, aku nggak sengaja craftingnya. Buat lagi. Ya, kita buat 2 aja lah. Oke, done. Kita akan memberikannya ke Dorothy Crane. Dia ada di sini, po.
I cannot enter.
Oh, di bawah. Tanda Y-nya di bawah. Menandakan dia ada di lantai bawah.
I'm so tired.
Ini dia.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Jelas dong.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor.
Waduh.
Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Oke, aman. Oke, selanjutnya kita akan lanjutkan ke chapter kedua. Ya, kita kembali ke dokter. Tak, ke dokter Swansea. Waduh, Dorothy Crane ini 2000 XP, tapi saya nggak bisa pula aku makan. Ya nggak boleh kayak gitu. Makan-makan tanpa salah gitu nggak usah. Sama ini dulu kita ngomong.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Katanya saya kan misi utamanya saja.
Fascinating.
Sampingannya
is it
nanti
not?
aja.
In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier.
Ya, benar.
The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
Oke.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital. a
Ya,
brand
sangat
new life.
baru lah.
How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
Logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Oke.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive
Yeah.
me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Oke, Edgar. Edgar, siap, Sir.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Ya,
Very
benar.
well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Oke.
Please, go on.
Jadi kita
The
buku-buku
Pemerasan
vampir lagi.
survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
Yup, benar.
By the stole, of course not.
Ah,
I would just
enggak.
like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Oke, jadi kita mendapatkan misi yaitu berbicara dengan Lady Ashbrook. Dia dari bawah. Nah, mengenai misi-misi yang gambar orang dan sebagainya ini, aku anggap itu misi sampingan lah ya. Kenapa? Nah, kalau aku kelarin semuanya agak nyusahin. Cukup waktunya. Kenapa gamenya juga nggak terlalu suka sih ya. Combat sistemnya agak aneh. Tapi ceritanya lumayan, bikin penasaran. Kenapa dikunci? Hei, antum! Ya, mana dia? Mana dia? Oh, mak muta kita dong.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
Ini dia, Lady Ashbourne.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll
Nah,
soon
ini kan
be
vampir
together
yang
again.
kemarin nyelamatin kita nggak?
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Ya. Benar kau akan sehat kok.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Ya.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Ya, aku juga
You
is
seem
pleasure.
surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp. The lady who saved me that night. Before vanishing into thin air. I
Ya.
remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Ya.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury.
Ashbury.
I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Oke.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
Ya, kita harus
The pleasure is
menghormat.
mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
Ya.
You must
Harapannya
have
begitu.
countless questions,
Jelas.
but I rather
Ada
urgent
banyak
matter
pertanyaan.
first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Oke. Sip.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
Yuk, kita mulai
These
misinya.
past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion.
Oh, dia
I've
korban.
made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Oke.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Oke.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones.
Harriet
Pin
Jones.
dropped here without her hearing about it.
Oke.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your
Condition. Mantap. Oke. Kita selesaikan misinya sekarang juga. Kayak mana kau, dokter? Kita nyari siapa namanya itu? Harriet Johnson. Mungkin aja di sini. Nah.
These nurses, bred with no respect. What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
Oh, nggak bisa
No need
gitu.
for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
Oh, ya ya.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet
Yeah, yeah.
Jones. Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Yup.
Better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been
Yeah.
some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something.
Oh, jelas.
This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Oh.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your
Okay.
business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones.
Berarti ada salah satu perawat di sini ya yang menjadi penyebabnya.
See you on the next round.
Kita cari.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Mana notes-nya? Hei, ditanda notes-nya di sini loh. Tapi nggak ada. Ya udah, kita nyari yang ada dulu aja. 12, 9, 21.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse
Oh,
Ruth
nih ya, di
Brannigan.
unit beranaga.
Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique.
Waduh.
Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised. But I suppose I'll just have to deal with
Nah,
this
jadi orang terkenal gitu di sini.
unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Oke.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Oke.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Oke, dia nggak mau juga ngasih
Goodbye,
tau.
nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Makasih. Dia ada di bawah.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Dorothy,
I don't like hospitals or doctors.
aku makan kau.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Oke, mobster. Itu yang kita kejar tuh. Dorothy-nya ada hilang. Waduh. Dorothy mah kok tahu gitu ku makan ya. Mana dapat 2000 XP lagi. Banyak loh XP yang dia miliki itu. Sewer, gorong-gorong. Oh,
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Oh gitu, kita nggak bisa. Paham aku. Habis ini ada batas serangan kita. Hei. Tunggu dulu penuh, baru kita bisa nyerang. Nah, mantap. Waduh. Sabar, lagi dulu bentar. Saya isap lagi. Mantap. Oke. Oh, kesini kita. Siap. Ada banyak masalah di sini. Hold second. Gak bisa lewat situ. Kita harus nyari jalan lain. Sepertinya lewat sini. Oke, sabar. Oh, langsung mau cut. Seaweed beast.
What sort of creature is this?
Sabar. Sabar, ngintar dulu aku. Allah Akbar. Pusing dulu bentar. Gigit kau dulu. Sabar. Up. Allah Akbar. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. Nggak bisa nih stamina.
What sort of creature is this?
Gigit. Lagi nak lagi. Gigit lagi. Lagi dulu. Gigit lagi. Lagi. Gigit lagi. Op. Aduh. Mamam. Apa nih manusia serigala, Bo? Lain aja.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to?
Manusia serigala
I
gini
really must
amat.
find her.
Oke, kayak misi kita telah selesai. Akan kembali. Gigit. Ya, kelar dong masalah. Kita kembali. Oh, ada musuh. Gigit lagi. Gigit itu ini ya, mengembalikan stamina ya. Stamina udah aman. Bisa kita lari, bisa kita mukul. Memang stamina di sini adalah kunci. Kita kembali. Selesaikan misi. Waduh, jauh juga lokasinya. Jalan kaki dong kita ke sana. Ya benar, jalan kaki. Manual, santai. Nah. Oke. Itu suaranya nggak mengenakan, jelas sekali tidak mengenakan. Masih lurus terus. Oh, itu tuh orang. Jangan. Kita mulai nanti kita yang kena. Di mana nih lokasi selanjutnya? Kita sampai di White Chapel.
It's not a place for you, sir. No civilians. Can you hear me? This is no place for you, sir.
Aduh. Waduh. Tinggal tahu sendiri nih, ha. Aman. Mengganggu saja. Udah baik-baik aku dah.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Nah, kan kemana lagi? Oh, lanjut lurus. Sorry, my bad. Kata Lady Ashburn di sini orang yang mengancam dia. Terusnya ada jalan sebelah kanan nih. Oh ya ada. Oh shit. Kita abaikan, kita tidak mendengar apa-apa. Kita fokus menyelesaikan misi. Ya, mau gimana lagi? Di saat dunia banyak masalah, kita fokus ke diri masing-masing. Misi Madam mencari lokasi tepatnya. Oh, di sini. Assalamualaikum.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Oke. Load quality 600. Kita fokus dia ke sini. Ada yang ngetok, dokter nurse di sini dong. Oke.
Strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard
Okay.
Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
No.
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Ya tinggal teleport aja padahal.
I cannot enter. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Gila pendengarannya ya. Ya, kita cari jurnalis yang tadi, lupa aku namanya. Kita bicara dengannya. Enggak ini, enggak ini. Klein Clayton. Are you Clayton? Oh, ini dia.
Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Wah, sangat dikenal kita ya.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything.
Ya, mantap
Public
lah.
health and this
Gue dokter
epidemic.
ya.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Oke.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Oke. Fine.
I still have questions about that Darius fellow.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Behind the chairs. Oke, thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Fine. Ya, kita cari dia katanya di belakang gereja. Kemungkinan di sini sih. 40 meter. 30. Find the mailbox.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Oke, kemungkinan di sini ya, tapi dikunci. Aduh, gimana cara kita melewatinya ini? Dia di belakang gereja, sedangkan gerejanya ditutup. Bentar. Mau lewat sini kah? Nope, tidak masalah, tidak ada. Kita salah mutar. Kita mutar dari sebelah kiri ya. Kita balik lagi ke kanan ya. Nah, sepertinya di sini bisa nih. Assalamualaikum. Aman. Ya, salam. Sabar, aku ngisi darahku dulu. Kayaknya jurus-jurus stamina di-maxkan biar bisa nyerang banyak aku. Menjadi suatu kebutuhan stamina di sini nih. Find recharge in the area. Oke. Kayaknya inilah recharge-nya.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town. My words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir.
Oh, pembuat puisi, poet.
At your service.
Mantap.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very
tahu dia.
mysterious. But sorry, no, never heard of her.
Oke.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your
Saleh.
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Oke, saatnya kita kembali.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Thank
Darius
you.
is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to invite him to let me in.
Fine. Saatnya kita kembali ke rumah tadi, ke kakek-kakek. Kita dah mengetahui hint atau kata kunci, atau setidaknya tentang si Darius tersebut, agar kita bisa masuk ke dalam rumahnya. Ya. Kelar misi ini, ya kita udahan. Waduh. Malam-malam marah-marah gitu. Yang tidur kan. Ya, kita ketok lagi. Assalamualaikum.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please. You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea.
Waduh.
Don't make me regret this, though.
Siap. Gak akan nyesal kok. Oke, listriknya ini serius dong. Makasih. Listrik status serius, berarti ada vampir di sekitar sini. Banyak sekali. Di atas.
Razvan, I need help.
Ya.
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort, liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Suaranya.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
Jadi ininya dipotong biar dia bisa breathing, bisa nafas gitu.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
Udah percaya aja, dokter aku. Sound efeknya.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
Aduh.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
Oke.
I can't see.
Oke, kita nggak bisa ngelihat dengan benar.
I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Oke, jangan. Aduh.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, doctor.
Sabar. Waduh, pilihannya aku mana tahu lagi.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac? What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Kayaknya salah pilihanku. Nggak tahu masalah dokter-dokter gini nih. Mokat. Innalillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Mission fail.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Atau memang dibuat gagal ya ini ceritanya ya. Memang kita gagal menyelamatkan.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reid?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Okay.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Jadi kayak dia tuh taunya, kayak tahu apa namanya tuh rahasianya Lady Ashbury.
He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
Waduh, gitu ya.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Okay.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Embrace Pear. Embrace aja lah ya.
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary. but this dispensary is incapable of coping with the outbreak. It's only a question of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
I'm not ashamed. I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives and you took them. But we had so much in common, Doctor. Don't you see that?
Kampret. Fine, small key. Ya, hint violet. Memang violet kita.
It's locked.
Ada sedih-sedih. Fine. Kita ngisi darah dulu.
This was mine. It ain't human. Kill it.
Mamam. Gila cuk, kebakar kita nih. Oh, lewat sini, salah pintu aku.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reid. Come on in.
Oke, sorry, Dr. Crane mau cut.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Ya, nggak ada kita urusan sama dia lagi. Saatnya kita keluar. Mana pintu, mana arahnya nih? Nah, ini dia. 200 meter, jauh memang. Sangat jauh sekali perjalanan kita. Yuk sini. Turun ke bawah. Terus. Ya, lurus terus. Lagi. XP 8.000 nih kayaknya bisa lah aku beli skill tambahan kan untuk memperkuat. Dan kayaknya nggak mudah mokat lah aku. Lewat sini kayaknya. Ya dong, ke sini. Nah, ini pintunya yang harus kita buka. Mantap.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
Sedikit lagi. Kebanyakan jarak dekat dan jarak jauh. Susah aku ngebunuh satu-satu. Tapi bisa kok. Oke, saatnya kembali.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kita kiri. Mamam. Dikit lagi, mokat. Nih, kau hisap kau. Mantap, isi dulu. Anjir lah. Ini nih terakhir nih, ha. Oke, sepertinya kelar. Usahain aja. Kok bisa kalah kita ya yang pertama ya. Makanya terlalu cupu aku di gamenya ini. Ya itu abaikan. Aku nggak pendengar apapun. Jadi aku abaikan. Ya ngapain juga aku ke atas. Kita ngelapornya ke Lady Asbon dulu di sebelah sini dia. Kampretnya anak.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reid. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Okay.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
Okay.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed
mantap.
Permanently. You will not be bothered anymore by the woman.
And who was this woman?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane. But I'll wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her? Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reid?
I did what I thought was best, and acted accordingly.
You will learn that trust is a rare and precious commodity in the Immortals' world, my young doctor. And and your actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
Oke, saatnya kita tanya.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
Oh, gitu.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Jadi kayak dia tuh ngambil darah tuh kalau pas udah sekarat aja. Emang udah mau mati gitu.
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Gitu ya.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Ya, berarti udah tahu.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Jadi intinya dia udah lama hidup.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
Okay.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Jadi intinya itu anak-anak buah ya, kayak vampir yang gagal jadi yang musuh kita tuh sama ini. Yang tadi juga, yang di episode sebelumnya.
Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Fine.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Oh.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Okay. Nggak mungkin.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Jelas enggak lah.
Me? Goodness no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
Oke, berarti maker kita full ya.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice.
Oke,
I
dia nggak
doubt
tahu.
even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Berarti yang buat kita ini udah minum darah kita ya.
Vampire. Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Ekon?
Are you an Ekon too?
Enggak lah kayaknya. Oh iya mah.
We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires.
All Ekon are vampire.
Vampires are not Ekon.
Waduh.
We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Oh, berarti Ekon ini di atas ya monster-monster ini ya, bisa jadi.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
Waduh. Oke, makasih.
I bid you farewell for now.
Cukup. Kelamaan.
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Saatnya kita kembali ke ruangan kita, menganalisis darah tadi yang kita gagal selamatin dan mokat sih lebih tepatnya. Setelah analisis, kita udahan dan tidur. Ada di situ sosidiumnya. Oh, bisa kita masuk dari sini.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Oke. Saatnya kita berbicara dengan Dr. Swansea lagi. Tapi nggak usah. Nanti nggak kelar-kelar aku. Kita akhiri misi untuk kali ini di sini. Chapternya cukup panjang, chapter 2 udah kelar. Thanks for watching. See you.